Start the show. As the word says in Proverbs 4 and 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And all you're getting, get understanding. Welcome to Logic Over Emotions. This is a platform for men to speak freely and women to finally listen to understand. I'm your host, Toya V.
I'm your girl, Bree Badu.
And the man of the hour is
Drew ATM Beats.
welcome. How you doing?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm here. I'm good. Bree, how you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, it's my birthday month.
Oh, okay. Hey, turn up.
Yeah.
That's your Gemini. Okay.
You know, June,
I like
not the
Gemini.
May.
Okay. I vibe off Gemini energy.
Okay. You a Libra?
No. Sagittarius.
All right.
We in here.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and see what topic Drew picked.
I picked.
Here it is.
I did not know you would say so in person. No, but you look so good in person. Yeah. Appreciate that. What you like that? That I love you. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad. I can't talk. I mean, all right, you told me to stop.
He's like, what?
Hey, we gonna have to actually go. We have.
Right.
I'll pay for your time.
Cross that line there.
Appreciate you.
So cringe.
I'm gonna hold you, my nigga. I'm not doing it anymore. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't validate, bro. Tell you that. I'm not. I'm not.
Not him the purse.
Just pay for it, man. You know.
Say his purse.
that bag right
Shut
there.
yourself. It's me. It's me. If you want to wait for us outside, you can, but I'm not going to share our value your time either.
That was so
You know what?
cringy. That was so cringy.
But
He
I
was
love how Cam
respectful.
held it down.
Yeah, he did. He has grown. He has
Yeah. He's respectful enough.
from what I know of my childhood in Cam. So he has did really good. So why did you pick out of the ones that I sent you? Why did you pick this one?
You know what? I know for a fact for me, my boundary has been crossed in different ways plenty of times. So then after a certain point, I had to finally say something like, hey, hold up. Nah, that's it. Like there was, for example, not even in just relationships, but like in business. You know, so there was a time I was in the studio and then there was an artist that was just they would get excited and get all and do all this, but they would kept like tapping me. I'm like,
Right.
but at first I'm just like, all right, I'll let it kind of slide at first. But then,
I'm sorry.
yeah, and then as I'm, I heard that, but as I'm still recording him, and then he keeps tapping me again every time he gets excited. So but he just kept physically doing. So I'm like, so I had to literally tell him straight. I said, excuse me, look, you know, I like working with you and all that, but look, don't cross my line. Like I have a line, like I respect, but if you like touching me, that's my boundary. That's
Right.
that crosses my line. So physically, that definitely is like a no-no, you know, when it comes to that business. Or it's just like who wants to be like, hey.
Okay, so as a man, do you feel like that tends to happen a lot, which causes a lot of men to like actually fight and get in, like disrespect each other's boundaries because of that?
I know, yes, when it comes to physical boundaries, especially like in that clip, when it comes to a female, especially like if if I just say, hey man, if we're at a kickback and I just say, hey, and then me and you come in, and then the homie who's kickbacking this, he's kind of eye gazing her. I'm like, hey, look, this my girl right here. Woo. He's like, all right, cool. But on the side, he's just still trying to talk to you and trying to get your attention. It's like, why that's crossing? That's an automatic that's like an automatic code of violation. Like, why are you talking to or trying to holler at what's mine? Or if I told you this guy, that's his girl,
Mhm.
why would you even tempt to try to just go for it? So
Right.
some people just have this little temptation, this I just want to get one over him kind of mentality.
Mhm.
And in that particular situation, things can go left in 2 seconds. So yeah, so crossing boundaries can actually be lethal when it comes to
Mhm.
certain situations. But that's as far as it'll go when it comes
Right.
to the left side of crossing boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
So you okay. So let's talk about you being touched. That doesn't sound
Pause, not in that way, but
somebody crossing your boundaries
yeah.
and does it make you feel like less than a man or less like do you feel less than when somebody violates
Yeah, it's like you think it's like you're just kind of based on that particular person.
Mhm.
More than likely, yeah, it feels like you're like you're trying me, like you're trying to over up on me. Like, why are you like? Did I say, hey man, keep poking me? Like, what? Who in the right? So. But it was just the fact. Of course, they were excited, but like when it comes to
once I tell you and you do it again,
yeah,
that's the
once
issue.
I say
That
yes,
was the
once I
problem.
tell you, but say, hey, don't touch me like that. And if you don't respect that and you try it again,
Hmm.
then okay, you just crossed the line. You crossed the boundary. And so that right there and alone is it's a on a man kind of concept. It's like there's a code when it comes to man code. I'm sure women have the same thing. And
Hmm.
the way how you guys perceive a girl can, be trifling and trying to find out you got a husband or you got a boyfriend.
Right.
And all this time she was plotting
Plotting.
seeding little points, just trying to, smite, but it just comes down to the spirit of people. Like you got people who as long as the point is as long as you say you have a boundary and then it's respected, then it goes good.
Right. Right.
But if you don't say that, then it's hard. Then it's like, well, what is your boundary? Like, what is, you know?
But do you think people are emotionally mature to ask somebody what their boundaries are? Men, per se.
You know what? Not on I wouldn't say, well, for my sake, on a random day, I wouldn't say, hey, what is your boundary? Like
Hmm.
I would naturally want to just go that route.
Right.
Now, of course, when it comes to relationships and things of that nature, that of course has to come up because if there is nothing discussed in that in a particular way, then that's when people stop communicating correctly, or there's trust issues, or because there's no, or people when it comes to arguments or things of that nature, like learning how to learn from each other how to fix something instead of letting your emotion go overboard.
Hmm.
And because most times when you let your emotion go overboard, you'll end up crossing a boundary. If that person, based on whatever theirs is. See what I'm saying?
Get a ding for that.
Yes.
Mm, one day. One day. One day. Okay, so now we're at, far as business concerned,
Mhm.
right? You gave me an example of something happening in your business. What about your personal life? Like where a boundary got crossed, or maybe it's just a situation that you didn't speak about a boundary and then whatever else you
Well,
want to share.
you know what? Or even I could just put even to just when it comes to vices,
Okay.
like telling myself, oh, I'm not gonna drink that day.
Hmm.
But then that's basically putting a boundary for myself to I'm telling me, hey, don't drink that today because if you do, it's gonna, or if you drink too much, don't turn up too much in this party. Just if you gotta sip a little bit, sip a little bit. But if you're gonna don't drink too hard today.
Right.
Don't want to go there, bro.
Right.
But then sometimes, oops, I didn't listen to the boundary of myself, and that messes me up in the long run. So
Mhm.
for personal boundaries, in that particular example, like I monitor that and watch things like that because that's a simple boundary like that should be like as far as telling yourself about don't do this or don't do that, or like I'm gonna go work out today, or I'm gonna or I'm going, things of that nature. Just making things benefit you for the better instead
Right.
of going the opposite of what's going to benefit you, basically.
Okay.
Because if you don't set that boundary, then more than likely you'll kind of start doing the opposite of what as a personal sake.
Okay. So give me like if you would like to share an experience where um you didn't respect the boundary that you put for yourself and the consequences that came with it, if you would like to share.
Uh, hmm.
Or somebody else. It doesn't have to personally be you. It could be
I say it could be your
Okay.
friend.
yeah.
You know what? You know what? Yeah. Speaking of that, now there was a situation kind of in that low key, basically in a similar situation, not exactly, but there was a friend I had that knew I was with this one girl,
Mhm.
and then when he knew, so he knew this is me and her are together. Boom.
Right.
So there was a time where me and her were kind of like a little bit on a rocky road, but we weren't like done. We weren't like split. We were just
Right.
kind of, going through little troubles of argument, but we
Right.
weren't like done with each other.
Right.
Mhm.
But then come to find out, I found out through her that he was trying to holler at her and things of this nature.
Did you share that y'all were on a rocky path with him?
Uh, I don't, did I say it like that? Yeah, I never said we're done. I never said that. Oh, me and her are split.
But you told him like, yeah, we not just
Just kind of,
just kind of telling him that y'all not strong.
yes,
Yeah, you
basically.
did.
So I
So
did
basically you opened up
allow
the
that.
door.
I opened up the door. Yes, but at the same time, if you was a real friend or a real man, you
Mm.
wouldn't even have to get this feeling to just be deceptive to try to cross my boundary, which is
That's my girl.
trying to talk to my girl. Yeah,
Because you should be able to tell your friends that,
yeah.
hey man, we not good right now. We struggling.
But
We struggling, so this is the perfect time.
Yeah.
Do
Right.
what you gotta do.
and it's just that that's what I'm saying. Why do you have to go that route? Why do people have to attempt to do that?
Right.
But like I said, some people are real and some people are not respectful enough to respect your boundary.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and ever since then it was just like I had
So
to,
did you like tell him about it, or you just cut ties when she told you? You just basically cut ties with it.
yeah, I cut ties with her. I think I even talked to him about it, if I'm not mistaken. But there was, I don't know, it was two side stories. But at the end of the day, there was other little things through not just that situation that led me to just say, you know what, I'm done. I don't
How
need.
did that make you feel?
It made me feel kind of how did it make me feel? Betrayed, like disrespected. And it's like everybody who knows me, they know I'm a real person. I'm cool, happy, dandy, laughable guy, But the fact that it could look like they took my kindness for weakness, or not even, that's probably what it was.
Right.
It took the
Mhm.
kindness for weakness. So that gives them that, that little get up kind of vibe. Like, I'm gonna get one over him because he's too kind. So let me see if I can scheme and try to,
Hmm.
you know,
Why do you think men do that?
you know what? They just weren't raised right. They weren't for real. Like they were
Raised by
not raised
wolves.
right. I grew up in the church too. I got two brothers, one older, one younger, and I'm the middle child.
Hmm.
And we all grew up with my pops, he gave us this godly way of doing things and being respectful and kind to people.
Right.
And me personally, I don't have deception in my blood to just do things like that. But
Right.
unfortunately, some people were not raised in that way. They might have been raised in the streets or without a father figure or however their mother raised them. It just depends on what the situation, but that leads to those kind of traits of, just I got the urge to go negative,
Hmm.
So but me personally, I'm a positive person. I'm a
Yeah.
person of light.
Papa Rich
So,
said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
but
interrupt.
at the same time, being so light and being positive has allowed those situations to happen.
Listen,
So it
I
did.
know.
So I actually,
I know.
so I have really got a lot stronger and more discerned and grounded with my own boundaries as far as at this point in time. I'm way
Right.
more stern with what I say or don't like or like, compared to in the past. I was probably gullible back then. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Pop Rich said that's why you keep your relationship away from folks.
Huh?
Pop Rich on YouTube, he
Okay.
commented and said that's why you keep your relationship away from folks.
That's true. No, you're absolutely right.
There's certain things
Absolutely
you
right.
don't, I say you don't tell. Well, I would say this. It depends on the person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You see
gotta
what I'm saying? Because
compartmentalize your
you had,
people.
yeah, because you have those people where you can actually go down deep with. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
Bree, I can go down deep with her with my issues if it had to come with a relationship, right?
hmm
But I may not do that with some other people. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I know that they don't have the capacity or the good intentions
Use
for
that
me.
use that
Mhm.
use that information against you
Yeah,
at
Yeah.
some point or
yeah.
whatever.
So, um, and I realize as you get older, they dwindle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your circle gets and it's
Real small.
yeah. And at 42, it's like I don't need no new friends.
Right.
And if I do, it's probably from God if I end
Mhm.
up getting a friend at this age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're all set in our ways. We all have our regular routines or whatever. And a lot of times you can find a good person, but it is it's harder as you get older. So yeah, like Pop, like you really have to um just have discernment on who to let what into what, you
Yeah.
know.
That's
So
right.
you brought up your dad
Mhm.
about him laying those foundations with you. Um, do you believe that you would like do you s- have you used that to help other men?
Yes.
Like have you had to pull that up to help somebody like an artist that you're
Mm.
working with and you'd be like, you know what, let me get this knowledge out my bag because this young man, because I know you
Oh,
probably work
yes.
with a lot of the younger guys.
Yes, I've really helped out mentally with a lot of artists, especially if they're like kind of feeling some kind of way a lot. I've always, given words. I give a lot of wisdom naturally, but just kind of almost without trying to
Hmm.
sometimes, because I'm always looking to help someone.
Hmm.
Even if I'm feeling some kind of way, I don't mind somebody telling me something as much as I'm trying to help people. But yeah, there's plenty of artists that I've literally tried to help mentally to just get back on a higher level spiritual journey.
Okay, so have you put a boundary for yourself like far as that like letting people because when we give wisdom and knowledge and stuff it's actually sucks some of the energy out of us.
Yes, it
You know what I'm
does.
saying?
Yeah, I feel
So
it on this.
have you ever had to put up a boundary like okay, they may not know this, but
Yeah.
in your head you're like, okay, I know with this person when they talk to me it's super draining.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
How do I deal with that? You know what? That's a good question because for the last, I don't know how many years, probably like 6 years of working in the studio, all kind of energies I've dealt with just feelings of why am I here? Why do I gotta put up with this? But then I just still pushed it just to get it, even though I don't even want to be here. But of
Mm,
course, but I'll say for me, over time of monitoring all that draining of just pouring out, I finally had like mentally I pick and choose when I want to do it.
mm,
You see what I'm saying? Like when I want to give out too much.
mhm.
Because I've already done it already plenty of times to the point where I was so burnt, I didn't even want to work at all. I just want to take a break. I'm tired of helping folks all the time. If they don't use that information, then, I pray they do. But after a while, I'll just say that it gets draining. So I just pick and choose when I want to give my extra cup of water. Because
Right.
I definitely need it, especially in today's times with everything going on. So
Mm. So,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
so how do you regulate yourself?
I basically, well, I go in meditation as
Mhm.
far as, because I'm using so much brain power when it comes to doing music. It's technical and creative that I normally go to like the park or I go running, go to the gym, just kind of certain things to kind of let me escape and clear my brain. And nature is like one of my things to clear my mind. And all, as far as being able to deal with mental pressure
And how did you
reset.
find that out? Like, how did you just like one day you just put your feet in the sand and you're just like, this is feels better than working out? Or like, when did you know that that was your
My thing.
oasis?
Well, I would say forever growing up, I've always went camping. I've always been, for some reason, I think over time I just fell in love with being adventurous, being out into the world, just seeing life. So I think that where I locked it in was probably, to be honest, in the last several years. I mean, I've done it in the past, but I never use it as a way of mental therapy. But I
Mm,
say, because it's just the way I guess I'm getting older now, that it's just something about nature. When I close my eyes, I listen to all the sounds and let the water hit the rocks, with the birds and the bees and the chirping and just sound. It for some reason for me, it
your
clears out.
your producer. Makes
Yes,
sense.
yes, it just clears out all the energy from basically giving a lot of output, but not holding in a lot of input, if that makes sense.
Mm,
The
okay.
more output I give, I'm losing my input, right?
You need people. Yeah, I totally get it.
I hope that
You're just an audio engineer, so I get the input output concept.
so yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so okay.
You ever try that?
What?
Going
Listen.
in nature?
Oh yes, yes. But I think with me, if you want to know, I'm a
Mm.
dancer.
Oh,
I
you
went to school
dance.
for so,
Okay.
so like I'll get lost in music, so I'll
Oh,
play it. Yeah,
okay.
that's why I was just like when you was it honey butter? Was
Oh,
it?
that honey butter? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
girl, you used to
yeah.
sing
When I
about honey
say
butter.
yeah, see, I even remember the name
Streaming now.
because it's a really good yeah. Streaming out, y'all. Streaming out. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can see choreography to
Yeah.
it. So stuff like that, like I get immersed into to music, and as you know, my car has a wonderful.
Yes. Oh, wow, that whole song sounded just
So
it
that
sounded
means you
so
mixed it very well,
yes.
sir. You did
Thank
an
you.
awesome job.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so
Certified.
so now we have went with work. What are and we went with work. You told me about the boundaries you set for work. What
Mhm.
are the boundaries that you set for your life?
The boundaries I set for my life
Co-
is oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, going forward, just staying focused in um every goal I'm trying to set forth, whether it enhance my career in the audio field or just getting smarter with doing other ventures in life. I think for me is focus because I do a lot of things.
Hmm.
So I'm setting a lot more focus and like time management for myself
Hmm.
because I think based on my schedule really kind of has me juggling a lot. So for me, it's just time management of doing everything at a given time that's not going to make me feel overwhelmed with everything I need to do or want to do.
Okay. And so when you respect those boundaries, how does that make you feel? Do
I feel great. I feel like I achieved something. Like I finally got over this old slumping mindset of what I used to think or do. Now I have a better mindset of doing better or like even when it comes to working out, I think for me, it's like the first year or two, like now through 24 that I've finally been in the gym for the last I don't know how many years, but
right.
I finally seeing results. And I'm like, oh snap. I should have did this a long time ago. But at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere.
Right,
So
right.
that's another boundary that I finally got through because that's tough. So nobody wants to really work out all the time, but
Mhm.
I fight myself sometimes to push beyond those feelings to not want to do it.
Mm. And so how do you tell people about your boundaries?
How do I tell people about my boundaries?
We can talk about family. Let's start there. How do you tell your family members about your boundaries?
I just if there's certain things I don't like, I just tell them, hey, like I don't want to talk about. then they just need to respect that. Or like, let's for example, if I'm in my room chilling, right,
Hmm.
then all of a sudden my brother just comes knocking on the door and just bursting in. I could be on a podcast right now. I could be in the bed chilling or making music or like my boundary. What I've been telling them is to like don't like knock on the door. You know, I'm trying like because I'm a super focused person. So there's a lot of times where I have to like set that foundation of like when it comes to family, like, hey, I'm busy. I'm working on this. I'll get back to you. You know,
Right.
like don't bug me right now.
Right.
You know, so
Do you feel like it's easier to tell your family like boundaries than someone that you like care about? Like on a romantic
on a
level?
romantic level,
Yeah.
easier. I don't think it's. I think you know what? I think it's natural at first because you're with your family at first. Then
Mhm.
when, of course, so yeah, you know what? To answer that question, it is a little easier with family, depending. But at the same time, there's so many dynamics in different family situations.
Mhm.
But I think when it comes to relationship, as far as the man and the woman, I think yeah, most people sometimes don't start with the boundaries part first and just kind of let things right off. And then that's where it's like, hold up, what's going on? I thought that you liked me, or I thought we were on this same page, or because we never, set that boundary of communication or what this person don't want to do or what I don't want to do. And, how can we like fix that, So I think basically work with a woman and a man compared to a family is easier. I think it's easier with the family that's telling you what your boundaries are.
Okay. So the difference between you and a friend, your friend and someone that you like, respecting your boundaries.
The difference?
Mhm.
Oh,
Because look, maybe let me give you a little example of
yeah.
what I'm talking about, right? So we tend to sugarcoat some of our boundaries for certain people,
Okay.
right? No, let's be real.
Mm.
We tend to, our family member can get away with it, but my friend can't get away
Yeah.
with it. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, my homeboy, you can't get away with it, but my love interest can get away, can't break
Yeah.
those boundaries. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
And so depending on what it is, like some people, they don't, because they want to be loved so much, they may not tell a boundary or something that's like you said
Initially.
initially that's
Mhm.
telling it. There's some people that be like, oh no, I just no, I don't like it. Don't want to do it. If you do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And it's easier for them to tell a person no, you know what I'm saying? But then their family member, they're like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll, their boundary will get a little bit wiggly, when it
Exactly.
comes to a
Hold up.
family member or a certain person. Because
Yeah.
like I said, like some women, they have boundaries for men, but there's a certain men that could break that boundary. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking the comparison of the two.
Between the
Like your family, like what
so
exact like I should say, is there anybody in your life that can break a boundary other than your mama and your daddy?
yes, but yes, I could say that, yeah. Depending on what that is. But yeah, there is
But I think like with that kind of
that
depends
depends on
on
what
intention.
yeah.
Like what's your intention behind it? And then also depends on what the boundary is. Like I may, like you said, I may have the same, but I may have a boundary with you, but this person can do it because I trust this person not to take it too far, but you might, you know what I'm saying, go crazy with it or whatever. Like you gotta know, like, it just means like you gotta know your people. You gotta know who you dealing with or whatever. If
Yeah.
when it's a friend or family.
Yeah.
Now when it's like I think like when it's like in a relationship, I think that just comes with getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking like when you asked like when y'all was talking about the part of do you just sit there and like list out your boundaries? Hey, what's your boundaries? Okay, well mine is this. That's one,
Yeah.
and then two is this. That's for two.
Okay.
And then like I have this laundry list of
Oh, like,
boundaries. I think
okay.
that can be like a little intimidating.
Yeah.
So I think some of it is like just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Like you find and I may not even know all my boundaries.
Right.
So if you cross one a year or so down the road and you be like, well, back in May when I asked you what your boundaries was, you didn't list this. Well, I didn't know. So
Right.
now we have to sit down, talk about it, and
So basically, yes, boundaries I just need to be more mandatory because I just think especially looking at a lot of videos and everything, even in reality, like sometimes people don't just explain what their boundary is and then things go left. So I think that like when it comes to a relationship, man and
I don't
woman,
think people know the difference from the ultimatums, boundaries, and what was that? Ultimatums, boundaries, and deal breakers. I think that's where there's an issue at.
so a deal breaker is more like if you do this again, I'm done. Right? And a boundary is like
No, I know the difference, but I'm just saying I feel like people don't know the difference
between them.
between it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because of like say for instance, if you cheat on me, like a boundary of mine is you just don't cheat on me,
Right.
right? But that's also a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things where it's just like you can't be like, well, I don't like this because if you do that, then I'm gonna leave.
Right.
That's not necessarily a boundary. That's you making an ultimatum
Yeah.
about something that you don't like that they did.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So some people, like you say, come a little bit later and be like, oh no, that's something that I just really do not like. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then I know from now on, instead of saying it's an ultimatum, I could just be like, hey, this is a boundary.
Yeah.
And this is something that I just don't deal with it versus saying, oh, I don't mess with men who do this and this and this because if they mess with me and they do this, I'm gonna do this, or if you don't do this, then like there's a
Yeah.
cause for
A
something
cause and
versus
effect. Yeah.
yeah, versus just saying,
Hey.
hey, my boundary is people don't cheat on me.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Versus saying, oh, if you cheat on me, I'm gonna do this, and this, and this. So you
Right.
better not cheat on me.
Exactly. That
Go ahead.
and you're absolutely right. Like there's no clarity in that. Like we need to be more like the first person communicate, hey, this is my boundary, don't do this, don't do that. And to the other person, it's just if we're in a relationship, me and you, boyfriend and girlfriend, and you say you don't want me to be late out till at 3 a.m.
Right.
And if I respect that and want to be with you, then I'm like, you know what? I'll make sure I'll come in. Then if it's a whole different situation, but of course, I was like, oh, of course, baby, I respect your boundary of me being out too late because you don't know what I'm doing. So I
Right.
need to maybe set my business at a certain time to respect
Make sure you
that.
get home by a certain time.
Or if I don't want you out there wearing no panties for no reason outside. Why are you outside with,
No draws
no
on.
drawers? Yeah, no drawers. Like you,
just
oh, but it's cold. It's hot outside. I mean, so that means there's a potential that's, so that'd be my boundary is just, be cordial outside. You ain't gotta wear nothing overly provocative for everybody else to see. Because which me and you are is for me to see, not for
Right.
everybody else to see.
See?
Now, if you want everybody else to see that, then maybe me and you shouldn't be.
Right. Exactly. She's got a question.
So respect the boundaries because it's mandatory.
Go ahead.
Because if you cross too many of them, now it's a deal breaker.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, hold on.
give me one. I know that's right. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a deal breaker.
Good one. But,
So the ultimatum.
So I just want to read a few comments that we have here. So on YouTube, I asked a few minutes ago, how do y'all protect your boundaries? And I have EDA 629. I think we know who that is. I'm not sure, Toya. They just okay. But it said establish the boundary, and if it's crossed, reinforce the boundary. If it's broken again, remove yourself from that person.
You get a ding.
Yes. Message.
Message. Then I also asked, I'm just waiting on some answer for this one. Well, on YouTube, I'm waiting on answers. Oh my God. I asked, what is the difference between a boundary and a deal breaker? So I'm waiting on answers on YouTube, but we have Seven City Said on IG. What's up, Said?
What up, Sid?
He said an ultimatum is based on controlling the outcome. A boundary is
Absolutely.
self-protection. A deal breaker is something that once you see it, there's zero compromises about it. Give him one. Yes. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like that right there. Like
Yeah,
that's
'cause people don't know the
they
difference.
don't know the difference. And I don't know how to put it into words.
Because a
So
boundary,
I was
Said you
quiet.
did, so you got
Yes.
ding.
Thank you, Said. I should screenshot that.
because you said in your boundary, we all have
Yes.
our
That's how I
personal
protect
box.
myself.
Yes,
Yes.
protect
Yes.
yourself.
Mhm.
And I think that matters a lot, especially in relationships. And I think people should start figuring that out
Yeah.
within themselves, because I think that, I'm sorry, y'all.
Mhm.
I believe that if you know those things, you can actually have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're able to respect, especially like you said, if I respect you, if I have love for you, I'm gonna do what I need to do in order to keep the respect in, the energy respectful, right?
Yes.
Give good harmony, bring a safe space. So I do believe that's something that, people can also find if they go to therapy,
Mhm.
and the reason why I promote therapy is because it's somebody that's has an unbiased thought. Nobody knows, that person does not know your past.
Right.
So you're able to express yourself the way that you feel like to express yourself, and not somebody, well,
He said, she said.
last week you did say that, bitch, I chose you. Like, well, say you have that ability to have somebody talk you through what is boundaries, what are your ultimatums, what are things that you're dealing with, because and I think it's really important, men, that y'all find out what y'all boundaries are.
Right.
Because I know a lot of women, we tend to cross a lot of men's boundaries, and y'all just take it.
Yes. And we just say, oh shit. But no, and it's just what it has
Sorry,
to be
Mom.
is it has to be multiplied of that knowledge of knowing how to create boundaries. Because we're just like we naturally have of course we have a natural feeling of what a boundary is, but like you said, when it comes to knowing people, or because to learn each other, we have to see what's bad and what's not. So for men, we just need to have more of that talk, or like you said, maybe some more conversations of boundaries. And for the general, yes, like as far as just like, well, I would say aimed at mostly in a relationship. I was saying relationship aspect, just knowing to act accordingly instead of, let's just say, going out on let's say going together for some months now, but we just never really communicated certain boundaries, or maybe the man didn't. And like you said, once you did it, you can't really, how do I know that was your boundary?
Right.
But he didn't say nothing.
Right.
So it's just, we have to make that a priority, to just have that naturally in our mindset, to kind of go and when it comes to those conversations about, okay, what is it that you don't like, or
And boundaries can change like through time.
Yeah.
Like something that may have been a boundary of mine when I was in my 20s, and it may be because of something that had happened. And so like now, like, okay, no, now I'm not doing that. Like I didn't know. But then I meet somebody else, or in my 30s, or whatever the case may be, and now I feel more comfortable in this situation. Now, okay, I can release that boundary because now I feel comfortable. I don't have to, like what said, a boundary is
Protect yourself.
self-protection. I don't have to protect myself from
Right.
this situation, this person, this outcome, or whatever it may be, because this person now makes me feel safe in that.
Yeah.
But while I have y'all, we want to give our sponsor a shout out.
Okay.
All right. This podcast, Logic Over Emotions, is sponsored by Patriot Stole, which is a faith-based company. They would like to remind you of Mark 22:37-39, to love God Almighty with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. Please, you guys, visit www.patriotstole.com. And also, while I still have you, the phone lines are open. The phone number is 404-457-9923, and we are able to take 1 or 2 callers.
Yes.
Hotline bling.
The hotline bling. Going now, hotline bling.
So now, when it comes to men and setting boundaries with other men, how do you think that's formed? As a child, like, because you had your father, right?
Yeah.
So your father told you, like, hey, these are boundaries of a man, what
Yeah.
man respect and will not and not respect, right? Did he say, hey, this is what you do if they disrespect it, or if they cross this boundary, this is how you react, or did you have to learn how to react to a boundary being crossed?
Well, he would say these are the circumstances or the consequences if this happens or this happens. If somebody crosses you, this can happen.
Right.
Now, and most times it would be like turn the other cheek, walk away from the situation, as far as what I would know. Instead of confronting that now when it comes to a physical thing. Now, in a situation growing up, unfortunately I had to go beyond and just not listen to the advice or the wisdom about knowing boundaries and how to deal with people.
Mhm.
And it bit me back because I just didn't simply listen to that initial wisdom from like what Pops would tell me back in the day. So but yeah.
And we have EDA said that we need to have a boundary and keep it. Women tend to push against them because they know we aren't as firm on our boundaries.
Do you tell your boundaries straight up about like if you're
We tell them,
like do you ever get into
I think with me, it comes up when it happens.
yeah,
so
or it
just-
comes up in
Like
conversation.
something triggers, and I'm like, I don't really do that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, no, that ain't cool.
Like I don't like the word trifling. Like so I
You don't
don't
like-
use
okay.
it, and please don't call me that. Like
Oh, you don't like the word trifling?
No,
I never knew that.
I hate it. You made me think about it because you said it a little bit earlier, and then my mom, like me and my mom had a conversation about it yesterday, and it's because it's Papa, if you watching, we talked about this. Okay, it's because of her that I don't like the word trifling. Because
Wow.
yeah, when I was younger, it's like I didn't like to wash the dishes or clean up, but I was what kid does,
Yeah.
you know? It's trifling. And like, and I know I'm not and I know I'm not trifling. Like how can I be? I'm a child,
Yeah.
you know, and like I wasn't nasty. I might have been like a little junkie or whatever, but I wasn't nasty.
Junkie.
So to this day, like that now that is one thing I do tell people. Like that is like one thing that pops up in my head. Like if you ask me what my boundaries are, don't call me trifling.
You trifling.
Oh my
Don't
God,
say
no.
that.
Don't do it.
This is real to 100, real quick, real quick.
I hate it. Seven City he said, attempt to mask it in different ways, as if it was a mistake or you said this but not that, knowing they were looking for a way around your boundaries. I think we asked the question, and
That was his answer.
I think we asked the question. I'm kind
I
of
think
lost
he
on what
might
you
have answered
responded
the
to.
other guy's question
Yeah.
What was that?
about women crossing boundaries or pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So
It just
go ahead. It's just-
it needs to be, just vocalized a lot more, in my opinion. As far as this.
why do you think men have a problem with doing that?
I don't know, maybe it's just a thing that we like to, however things play out, we like to test naturally
Mhm.
and to see where we can go. But of course, wait, there's boundary. Oh shit, okay, I'm gonna learn from that. Excuse me. I'm gonna learn from that. Okay, I ain't gonna do that again. So it's just a natural thing.
So you just feel like men just y'all just don't have any boundaries when it comes to women?
No, I didn't say we don't have any boundaries, and I can't really generalize everybody because
But I mean, you have homeboys, you've talked to people over the years, you've heard stories. So there has to be some type of consistency, right? There has to be some type of reason why, you know, some people don't say some things. Cause like he said, women will push boundaries because they know that they can't keep it. Well, what is the reason why y'all can't keep it?
I'm sorry.
it
That's
just
the way you ask.
why we can't keep
Why you can't keep it?
Why you can't
It's
keep
your
it?
boundary. Like, what's going on?
keep the boundary. Nah, like I said, it just depends on. I think it's just the spirit of that person. Like if you told them already and they don't understand it and keep going against the boundary, then that's just that particular individual. As far as like they don't want to just come. I guess maybe it's a control thing.
Hmm.
Maybe certain people have a natural. I want to control everything. Type of mindset, so they don't mind pushing boundaries.
Do you think that's what was going on in the video? Um, with what was it, Adrian Broner?
Adrian Bronner, yeah.
Yeah, because like it looks like he has a lack of boundaries, not
Yeah.
necessarily
Na-
from protecting himself, but like caring about other people's
So he has no
boundaries.
self-awareness.
and lack of boundary in that
That's
one
lack of-
scene.
yeah, that was still a lack of
Because
boundaries.
yeah,
But he just showed no self-awareness, because if you had self-awareness, you would have realized that she was uncomfortable at the beginning. Do you see what I'm saying? After the first 2 years, she's like,
yeah.
if I had self-awareness, I'd be like, okay, I'm making her feel uncomfortable. Do you see what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
that could
Now
cause
the
a whole nother conversation. Like,
But the thing is, if he didn't know, just if some reason he didn't know that was so and so's girl, and then naturally he was trying to, flirt with her. If he didn't know, I get it. But then when Cameron said, "Hey, bro, that's so and so's girl, chill out."
No, right. Then
then he
he's
did
becoming
it again.
disrespectful. He was being,
Yeah.
once you're told something and you
Yeah.
still do it, now you're disrespecting me.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying? So now it went from something harmless
Mhm.
to disrespectful to like, okay, now you really want me to come outside myself. You know what? Let me get my purse.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay you.
Let me go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my money
Look,
back.
get my
Let me
bag.
get my money back. I'm gonna pay you though.
Respectfully, I pay you.
Respectfully, no. You can wait outside for us. You can wait outside, but you just gotta go. He's like, no, because in that video he showed me a lack of respect,
Mhm.
a lack of self control, a lack of self awareness. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I just saw lust.
Yeah.
I saw like he couldn't keep you did you see him be like,
Oh my
He just
God.
he couldn't help
I
himself.
can't be
It's
so
like he
beautiful.
reminded me of my cat. Like my cat sees
Yeah,
something on the
okay.
table, yeah, and like she'll like move slow and like hit it, and I'd be like no, and she'll
Wait.
stop,
Yeah.
and then she'll just I can't help it, and like bam, knock
Yeah.
it over. Like that's what he was doing. Like because Cam told him to stop.
yeah.
And he know that like if something was to happen that like
Yeah, it
something
could go
it
left.
could have went all the way left, and he knows that.
But
He knows that.
but hence why it's his particular nature of who he is to do that. Let it be somebody me sitting in the same situation. I wouldn't be trying to say, "Hey, oh, you beautiful." You know what I mean? Because it's not the kind of knowing I'm in a full podcast and doing this is this. You know what I'm saying? It's a real podcast. We have like that's just who he is as a person to go to have the nature to just cross a
So
line.
basically, and like you said, he does not respect boundaries.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To him, there's no such thing as boundaries. I'm honor, whatever his name is,
Right.
Bronner, whatever.
Because he feels
Yeah,
macho
yeah.
and has a big ego.
Right. All right, it is that time
Okay.
for those thoughtful questions.
Thought provoking.
Thought provoking.
Thought
Thought provoking. Before I get into those, I did get some clarity in what Sid was saying. He had it was a two-part response, and I missed the first part. So he says, in my opinion, the best way to reinforce boundaries is by creating space where it's repeatedly crossed. some people don't know they're crossing the line. Some others know exactly what they're doing and attempt to mask it in different ways as if it was a mistake or you said this, but not that. Like
Right.
semantics.
Well,
They're
you
playing
said it.
semantics with you, knowing they were looking for a way around your boundary.
Okay, that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
A way around the boundary.
Yeah. My bad said. Then someone else answered about the when you asked why don't men stand on their boundaries when it comes to women, and he said EDA said that we afraid that the woman would leave.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's why we want to keep it going.
Mm.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Are you ready? That was it. That was all the comments. All right. Let's
Shuffle the cards.
Oh, what's this? What you about to do, huh?
No, not my.
Oh, you.
Don't look at
Oh,
me.
it's you. Oh,
She got the damage.
it's all right now. Okay.
What's something that men go through silently that people don't talk about enough?
Uh, I'll say just everyday life, trying to, work hard, build. Of course, we all work to elevate our financial situation, but sometimes life creates stress, and we hold it in sometimes, and shoot, stress and depression. I'll say those two energies, we all men go through that, and now some show it in different ways, but most of us we were made to kind of be strong and not show it because it's a vulnerable thing. Like, oh, if I tell you, or why I'm gonna start crying because I feel like that. Like now that I'm older, it's a little more. How can I say? It's okay. It's okay to vent about our feelings and where we're at because it is needed. Because recently I've lost a friend to suicide,
Mm.
unfortunately.
My
Um,
condolences.
yeah, it was one of my college buddies, and just based on how it happened, I would never seen it in him
Do that.
to just go that route. So like, and that's the thing, we do have our face, our strong
To the
face,
mask.
and our mask in the face and the mask, and it just for certain people, it weighs when you don't let it out, and then sometimes that can end up in a person wanting to shoot somebody because they've been building up all this stress, depression, anger, and they just never told nobody. They just say, "Oh, I'm doing good. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good." But inside, it's all this heat just boiling, and then all it takes is just
Spark
one little spark to just say, "Oh no, F it," and just let it out or take yourself. So we just basically we're made to keep pushing through,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times we forget to woosah. And that's why for me, I do that a lot. Because I feel these energies after a certain point, and I'm like, you know what, I need to clear my head. Or sometimes I'll talk to my folks or certain people. I know I'm cool with to talk a little bit on how I'm feeling, but yeah, for the most part, that's the reason why guys don't really ex, you know, tell their inner dark feelings,
Okay.
because we have to be strong regardless of the dark times. So we just gotta have that. Find the time to, if it's about to boil up, just go ahead, go do something benefit for you that's gonna help you get rid of those feelings, so you could be happier. You can have love. You can be fun. We want to feel good at the end of the day. It's just life always is gonna hit us in different points. So I don't know if I answered that question.
Oh, it
too
is.
far off.
That's something that people need to talk more about.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one belief about being a man that you had to unlearn?
That I had to unlearn about being a man. Mm, I'll just say, expressing a lot of emotion. I had to unlearn that because originally I learned that we're supposed to just be cut and dry. That's why that's how we're all kind of have it in us. We're natural warriors, but that's probably I don't know if I could think personally that as far as feeling like I need to cry out everything and spill too much of how I'm feeling. Like I never really just had learned that growing up until the pressure built and then the tears come because it's like too much. So I say being emotional kind of is what I had to, not being emotional,
To not be emotional.
Yeah.
to put it like that, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it's a certain degree of it. It's not like I'm gonna cry every second,
Right.
Of course, because this is how,
Emotionally stable, of course.
only when it's needed for that therapy of when it needs to spill out. Because
Right.
even there was some music I had, and I had an artist that sang a song, and there was a friend I know that, he was always cool and hard and everything, but all we did was just play this song, and then based on a few of those words, what the guy was saying,
He just
he
started.
just started tearing up. And then I was like, "Hey man, you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, man, I didn't know I was gonna cry in front of you. Like, I ain't want to do that." I'm like,
Right.
I was like, "Bro, it's okay, bro. Like,
I
it's
was just
okay,
gonna
bro.
ask, what
At
did
least
you
you know
do?
me. That's my guy. But I ain't
Yeah.
gonna like laugh at you because you cried because of a song that's playing because it's the words that hit connected where he
with
just
the sound
with
too.
the sound.
The
So
frequency of the music.
yeah. So when I seen that, that kind of let me know. I'm like, dang. A lot of we just feel like we be holding stuff in, but as we get older, it weighs, so we have to let it out. We have to be a little more, emotional. As much as logical we are, because I like to be psychological with things, but sometimes that emotional has to kick in to keep the balance of life.
Okay.
Regarding your answer to the last question, said that's facts. The responsibilities always outweigh what we're going through as men, and venting about it, unfortunately, it gets weaponized against us. And he said that, brother, right?
Mhm.
And he said, I said answering the questions. Answering the questions. He said, I don't think you unlearn anything. You just learn where to reapply what you learned.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a
Good way
good
to put
one.
it.
All right, you get a ding.
Not-
Ding.
don't let the viewer get more
I'm
views,
like-
get more dings than you now.
He's probably looking at the phone
You
right
get,
now.
we're gonna give you his
Yeah,
things. You
yeah.
get more by way of said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you. No, pause.
We giving away your dings. Said you want your own. You gotta come up here.
We got 4 dings.
Let's see. What's a belief that you had about women or relationships that has changed as you've grown?
That has changed. Mm, Oh, well, they will always, you know, this is what I'm looking for, whatever there. That being nice too much, it'll definitely back in the old days, you try to wine and dine and, be chivalrous and things of the nature. But in certain situations, I guess for me, it bit me. It worked in certain ways, but then it bit me again because maybe that was doing too much in their particular how they are. So I did kind of learn that not all women like chivalry in certain instances. I say not all, but
Oh, you better open my car door.
Interesting.
I know, right?
Well, we built from different cloths, so can't
Okay.
can't put myself in that.
Listen,
Oh, you like that, huh? Like
please be chivalrous to
a
me.
little wine and dine.
Let's see. What advice would you give a younger version of yourself about love, life, or manhood?
Mm. You know what? I would say, oh, that
No, because I forgot. I don't know how many questions I asked.
You do the close question that just popped in my head, and then after I ask my question, you can ask the last closing question.
Okay, perfect. Somebody
um,
keep up.
you're saying, what would I tell myself?
About love, life, or manhood.
Love, life, and manhood. I would just say, you know, first of all, I'll say just listen to your instinct first. Because a lot of times I've always felt that I had that spirit of discernment, but then I let the other brain tell me, nah, go over here. And every time that happened, it almost killed me, literally. So I would say just focus on the good, stick to what you love to do, um, and love accordingly, um, but love to the full, but don't let anyone break you. Like don't let it don't like even though you get your heart broken, don't let it don't be down for so long. Just go through the process, but listen and learn, focus on wisdom, um, and just try to do right. Just don't let your flesh get the best of you because basically when you do, it goes left. So I would definitely tell my younger self, don't let the flesh get the best of you, and because it'll mess with you. So and just be brave, and and giving. Be giving as much as people can decide to be deceptive. I'll say just still be giving because if you're a taker, then that'll that'll be negative. You'll be a negative person if you're always taking from people. So I'm more of a giver. So I would just tell myself back if I was, my younger self, just stay focused, be flexible, you know, just pray. I tell myself because I barely pray like that. So I definitely tell myself, my younger self, pray more often, believe more in yourself. Don't let what others, tell you, manipulate your process of who you are. Because it's real easily to let people tell you who they think you are, but you know who you are. So I definitely would tell myself that, like, yeah, just be you.
Okay.
Did that help?
That was a good one. Yeah.
You went in. The younger you is gonna be wise, the 10 times wiser than what
Way
you
better.
are
Exactly.
right now.
You're doing
So
good.
my
You're
question
doing
is
good.
this, right? And this it just popped up in my head, and I think I'm gonna ask every man this. Do you believe when someone asks you, "Are you okay?" that they really care if you're okay or not, or do you think they just ask you because they feel like it's something they should say?
Mm,
Like when they be like, "You good, man?" Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like women asking men, "Are they okay?" Like, okay, I'm just asking him because it's it would be rude for me not to ask him. Do you think people really care what how men feel if they're okay or not?
I think people do. Well, of course, when it comes from the woman wanting to know, of course. So I think women definitely do. As far as another guy telling another man, "Are you okay?" It's excuse me. It can kind of be both ways because sometimes we just random say, "Hey, man, you good?" And without a like some I can kind of tell if you're looking down. Like for me, when I see another person I know like at work or just a homie or something, sometimes when I can kind of see it on them, I could definitely see if they're kind of looking low.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I would definitely say like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, are you good?" Like with an intent to just figure out what's up. how's life? Are you okay? Like, is there anything we could talk about? And, like, I don't mind being open to talk man to man about what we go through. Um, but then sometimes some people just say, "Hey, are you good?" But with a quick,
this is just something I'm supposed to say in
yeah,
the middle. Like, hey, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. How you doing? I don't
yeah,
really care what you were doing,
yeah.
but this is just something that I have to say. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I'm
kind
saying?
of it's a, I guess it's
A
situational, but yeah.
greeting, a way to greet somebody. Yeah, I
Like, hey,
that's
you
just a
good?
question.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
All
Okay.
right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah. But I think,
Right, we could.
I think you could see it on people though when you definitely if you want to ask them, like depending
Mhm.
on like I said, just you can
Your
kind of see it
spirit
on some.
feels
Hmm.
convicted about something.
Right.
Okay, we'll go ahead
All
and close
right.
the question.
If a
Okay.
man listening right now feels mentally exhausted but doesn't know how to ask for help, what would you tell him?
Mm, I'll say, well, of course, go to therapy. That's at least a main thing, one thing to do. But also just find out the root cause of what it is, whatever the situation is that makes you mentally drained. Um, but pray, like I know everybody might not be religious, but however you meditate, pray, or find a way to clear your mind without having to do anything that's gonna, make you want to do something bad. If you're feeling mentally down, talk to somebody, talk to whoever whether it be your family, your girl, or whoever it is. If you don't just open up whatever the problem is and talk to someone and about it that you trust. If you're going through some situations. But yeah, definitely go get mental therapy, whoever you need to talk to, a counselor, things of that nature. Um, and yeah, just find just find the root, but find a way to make yourself happy again. Whatever, if it's negative, find what you can do that can just change that feeling to where you're not in that mental depression for that long. Because we all have emotions that sometimes it's cyclical. Then 2 seconds later I might be happy. But yeah, I just say just try to just speak to someone. Um, and just be real about yourself. Don't hold it in. Don't hold dark depression or stress or anything in, because it will ruin your life. So just speak about
Okay, so we want to crown you.
it.
You're a
Okay.
king. All right. You are now officially a part of
Oh, snap.
Logic Over Emotion
Hey,
family.
okay.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
snap.
So when you come back,
Oh,
okay,
You
you
gotta
have
put
to
your
wear your
uniform
shirt.
on.
You got your
yes.
uniform on.
I want to put it on now.
And so you are officially a part of the family.
You gotta
Ooh,
show it to the
thank you. I
Yes,
cam.
yes.
appreciate you, Tori.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're
Yes, it
welcome.
was a
And that was
pleasure.
sponsored by Patriot Stole. Make sure you check them out at
Mm.
www.patriotstole.com or follow them at Patriot Stole and get some of that biblical wisdom. Okay, so just
Logical
gotta go ahead.
remote.
Yes, we just go ahead and just let y'all know that over nearly 100 men a day unalive themselves, or we could say suicide, every day in the United States. Men are 4 times more likely to take their lives than women. And it's time to talk about it. It's time to give them a safe space. It's time to actually sow seeds that our future sons and daughters know how to deal with any type of mental illness, anything that has been swept under the rug back in the day. Now it's not under the rug. Now we need to get under the rug, clean it out, and figure out what it is. So if you love someone in your life, that's a man, please go and ask them if they are okay.
Mm.
All right. It is okay to not be okay, gentlemen. If
Okay.
you would like to be on the show, you can go ahead and DM us at Logic Over Emotions Pod, or you can go to www.logicoveremotionspod.com. Make sure you follow Logic Over Emotions Pod on Instagram, and make sure that you subscribe and follow on Instagram.
Mm.
So, Mr.
Ooh, and we opening up
Dre,
Fridays.
Ooh.
go
We opening
ahead.
up
Oh,
Fridays.
You said
Oh,
what Fridays?
We're opening up on Friday. We're gonna be doing
On
Fridays
Fridays too?
now.
yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Definitely take
got the weekend. Sorry.
I'll take
I'm
my
excited about the Friday. Thursday is rough for me. I don't know about y'all. But Thursday is rough for me. I'm gonna be here.
Take a Friday though, huh?
Yeah. Give me
Get that
Friday.
weekend
So
started.
let them know where they can find you at, what you do, your business. Go ahead and let them know.
So how y'all doing? I'm Drew, aka ATM Beats with a Z. My IG is ATM Beats with a Z7, and that's on TikTok. That's ATM Beats with a Z7. And I'm a audio engineer, music producer, entrepreneur, multi-talented individual. Artist, you want to work with me, DM me. Yeah, I'm the man with the sound, and I'm here to help your frequency. Cheers.
Period.
Bree, let them know where they can get you at, girl.
So on Instagram, you can find me at Bree_Badu 1E, not 2.
Oh.
And you can do the same on TikTok, but it's no underscore. So on TikTok, it's just Bree Badu. Y'all can find me there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as you know, this is Toya V. You can follow me at This Is Toya Victorious on IG. Please, please, please share, comment, help us bring more men to be able to speak their piece.
Yes.
We are signing out. Goodbye.
Before I end the
Oh.
stream, make sure y'all go on. If you're not following us on Instagram at Logic Over Emotions Pod, please do so that we can eventually go live from there.
Come on. Let's push it.
Please,
Yes.
We pushing. We
and send
pushing.
it to your friends. Okay, now we getting out of here.
All right.
I had to add that on there. All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Yeah.
IG.
No, I needed that right
Thank you, Lenny, the podcast girl.
there. How we feeling?